Hello. Today we are going to discuss function in Python with variable length argument. We know that whenever we work with function, we sometimes we pass parameters, sometimes we don't. It depends on the task we are trying to accomplish using the function. But whenever you are sending variable, the number of elements you are passing is fixed. But in Python, we can write a function which might accept a variable length argument. That means what? Say I am trying to define a function using the def keyword. We know the function name is cal given by you, and I'm writing like say asterisk a. What does it mean? Here a is the optional name. That means it is the name given by you, and asterisk must be given, which tells the system that it is a variable length argument the function is going to accept. And what does it do? For simplicity, we are just trying to print the content of A. So I am writing print the content of A, print A, just this simple function definition, because our objective is to learn what variable length argument is, how the function works with that. But we know to work with a function, the definition of a function is not enough, because the definition of function just tells the compiler that this is the task to be accomplished, but to work with the function, you need to call the function. Whenever you require to accomplish the task, to do the task, you just call the function. You can call the function any number of times according to your requirement. Say I'm calling the function cal with 3 parameters passed. It's an example, 3 parameters passed, 3, 13, and 5. That function will accept these values, that A will accept these values, the 3 elements, and print all these values. But you see, if you want, you can call the same function with a different number of elements passed. Say I am passing 15, minus 6, 11, 13, 2, that means 5 elements. The same function will accept all these 5 elements, that A will accept all these 5 elements, because asterisk A tells the system that A, you will accept all the elements passed to it as argument and work according to the requirement. Here we are not doing anything, we're just printing the value. The same function will accept that different number of variables and work accordingly. That A is actually a tuple. A is a tuple. What is tuple? Tuple is a sequence data type. It is called sequence data type. It is a data type. It is a data type to have a sequence of elements. But the characteristic of tuple is it is immutable in nature. Immutable. That means, what is meant by that immutability? Immutable in nature. That means that the content of the tuple cannot be altered, cannot be modified anywhere. That is the characteristic of a tuple. Now come to a function and try to implement the logic we are having here. Say we are trying to define the function cal, and we are writing asterisk A. Again, I am telling that this is the name given by you. You can give any name and just print the content of A. And as we discussed, that to work with the function, you need to call the function. So I am calling the function with say 3 values, 3 elements we are passing. Save it and run it. See whether it works or not. It is working fine. It is working. It is printing all the 3 values you passed as argument. Now I am calling the same function with different number of elements. With different number of elements. Say I am sending 21, 45, 8, 12, 2, 78, minus 3, any number of just example. I am sending here 6 elements. I am sending 6 elements. Now you see it is working and printing all the values here. We are just printing. That means it is the function is able to accept different number of arguments you are passing. See, so the function is a variable length argument passing function. And now you see this function definition may be changed a bit. Say instead of accepting one, I am simply writing two arguments. But what that f is doing, f is a name given by you. You can give any name. But if you do, and now try to print, you see what a is printing. You see the first element of every call is missing. As you are calling the function for the first time, you are passing three elements. 23 is the first element, but you see that first element is missing here when you are printing the value of a, content of a, and for the second call 21 is missing. So where is that 23? Where is that 45? Now I am showing you this is actually received by that argument f. Now let me print this. If I print to the content of a, you will see that is printing the first value of the set of elements you are passing while you are calling the function. See, 23 is the first value contained by f, and the rest of the values are there in a. And for the second call, 21 is the first value which is received by f, and the rest of the values are contained in a. So that is the another way of defining a variable length argument function. And as I told you that a is a tuple, so you cannot change the content of it. Say I am trying to change the content of it, as a0 is the first value. Actually, for the first call it is 6, for the second call it is 45, because f is receiving the first element of the set of elements you are passing. So if I want to try to change the content of the first value of a, see whether it is happening or not. Say instead of 6 for the first set of elements and 45 for the second set of elements, I am trying to change them to 60, and let's see what happens. See, there is an error, and what that error says the tuple object doesn't support item assignment. You cannot modify, you cannot assign, you cannot alter the content of a, that means the tuple. That is the idea of a variable length function as a whole. And function in Python, there are different type of definitions of functions, features of functions. We'll definitely discuss. If you think it's a small but very important idea in Python, if you think it is fine, it is interesting, then please subscribe my channel for more interesting topics, and share and comment and view. Thank you.